Welcome back to Coins Numismatic Series. Today, we're diving deep into the world of Lincoln Memorial pennies, focusing on three of the most valuable and sought-after pieces in this series. If you're a coin collector, history enthusiast, or just curious about rare pennies that might be hiding in your pocket change, this episode is for you. The 1976 D. Lincoln Memorial penny might seem like an ordinary coin at first glance, but there's more to it than meets the eye. This particular penny was minted at the Denver Mint in a year of great historical significance, America's bicentennial. While quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins received special commemorative designs, the Lincoln penny retained its classic look. However, collectors know that certain 1976 D pennies hold surprising value, especially when they feature rare errors or high-grade conditions. In fine condition, this penny may not appear to be a standout, but collectors and enthusiasts still seek it for various reasons. The Denver Mint produced over 4.2 billion of these pennies, making them abundant in circulation. Despite this, key error varieties and specific conditions have turned some of these coins into highly sought-after pieces. Even a common 1976 D penny in higher grades, especially with a deep red luster, can fetch premium prices among collectors. One of the most valuable varieties of this penny is the doubled die obverse. This error occurs when the coin's design is impressed twice, slightly offset, leading to a noticeable doubling effect. The best places to check for doubling are Lincoln's eyes, lips, and the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." A strong doubled die can make an otherwise ordinary penny worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In fine condition, a minor DDO may bring modest premiums, but in higher uncirculated grades, such coins have been known to sell for anywhere between $500 and $3,000, depending on the strength of the doubling and the coin's overall preservation. Another valuable error to look for is an off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank is misaligned during the minting process, resulting in part of the design missing. The value of off-center errors depends on how much of the design remains visible. A slight misalignment might only add a small premium, but if the coin is struck 50% or more off-center while still retaining a full date, it can be worth between $500 and $2,000. The greater the error and the clearer the date, the higher the potential value. The repunched mint mark RPM is another fascinating variety among 1976 D pennies. During this era, mint marks were still punched onto dies by hand, sometimes leading to slight misalignments or multiple impressions of the letter D. A well-defined RPM, especially one with clear separation between the mint mark impressions, can fetch $50 to $500, with sharper examples in high grades commanding even more. Perhaps the most lucrative error is a 1976 D penny struck on the wrong planchet. Occasionally, pennies were mistakenly struck on dime planchets or other foreign coin blanks, leading to dramatic differences in color, weight, and composition. A penny struck on a dime planchet, for instance, might have a silvery hue and be missing some design details due to the smaller size of the blank. These errors are extremely rare but highly valuable, often selling for anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000, depending on condition and rarity. For collectors, grading plays a crucial role in determining the value of any coin. In fine condition, a standard 1976 D penny is worth slightly more than face value, perhaps 5 to 15 cents, primarily due to age and collector interest. However, when found in mint state grades like MS-65 or higher, these coins can command significantly higher prices, often reaching $20 to $50, especially if they have strong luster and minimal wear. Auction records for 1976 D pennies with rare errors or exceptionally high grades have revealed some impressive sales. In recent years, pristine examples with vibrant red coloration and minimal imperfections have reached prices well above $1,000. The rarest errors, like a full doubled die with clear separation or an off-metal strike, have fetched tens of thousands of dollars, making these coins some of the most exciting finds for collectors and enthusiasts. For those interested in searching for valuable 1976 D pennies, it's always a good idea to inspect coins carefully with a magnifying glass or microscope. Checking for doubling, misaligned strikes, and unusual characteristics can reveal hidden gems that could be worth much more than their face value. With billions of these pennies produced, the chances of finding an error might seem low, but they do exist, and dedicated collectors continue to seek them out. The world of numismatics is full of surprises, and even a penny that seems ordinary at first glance can turn out to be a rare and valuable discovery. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, keeping an eye out for key varieties and errors in your change could lead to an exciting and profitable find. The next time you come across a 1976 D. Lincoln Memorial penny, take a closer look. You might just be holding a small fortune in your hands. The 1977 penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it does not carry a mint mark. During this era, the Philadelphia Mint generally did not use a mint mark on cents, a practice that continued until 2017. The coin was produced in massive numbers, with over 4.4 billion pieces struck, making it a common circulation issue. However, even within such a large mintage, some examples stand out due to their condition, errors, and rarity in high grades. One of the primary reasons a 1977 Lincoln penny can hold substantial value is its condition. While circulated pieces are generally worth only a few cents over face value, coins in fine condition and better can command a premium, especially if they are free from significant wear or damage. A fine condition penny will still show most of Lincoln's facial details, a well-defined memorial on the reverse, and clear lettering. Collectors often seek such examples because they represent a balance between affordability and visual appeal. In contrast, uncirculated specimens, especially those graded MS-67 or higher by professional grading services, can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, particularly if they exhibit strong luster, sharp strikes, and minimal marks. Beyond condition, one of the most exciting aspects of the 1977 penny is the presence of certain errors and varieties that can dramatically increase its value. One of the most well-known errors for this issue is the double die obverse DDO variety. This error occurs when the coin's obverse die is struck multiple times in a slightly misaligned manner, resulting in noticeable doubling on the date, motto, or Lincoln's profile. Some extreme cases of doubling are so pronounced that they are visible to the naked eye, making them highly desirable to collectors. A well-defined 1977 DDO penny can fetch anywhere from $300 to over $5,000, depending on its grade. Another notable error is the off-center strike, where the coin is struck improperly, leading to an uneven or incomplete design. The degree of misalignment determines its value. An off-center strike of 10% to 50% can sell for $50 to $1,500, with higher premiums for those that still display a complete date. Additionally, clipped planchet errors, where a portion of the coin is missing due to an irregular blank being fed into the press, are sought after and can bring in $100 to $700, depending on the severity of the clip and the coin's condition. Die breaks, also known as cud errors, occur when a section of the die cracks and leaves a raised, irregular mark on the coin's surface. These errors add a unique character to the piece, and collectors often pay $50 to $800 for a strong cud error on a 1977 penny. Other minor errors, such as die cracks, struck through grease issues, or even broad strikes, can also contribute to the coin's value, particularly if they are dramatic and well-preserved. Understanding the historical context of the 1977 Lincoln Memorial penny adds another layer of appreciation. By the late 1970s, inflation was on the rise, and the cost of producing a cent was becoming a concern for the U.S. Mint. The 95% copper composition of the penny meant that its intrinsic metal value was increasing, foreshadowing the shift to a copper-plated zinc composition in 1982. As a result, 1977 pennies still contain about 3.11 grams of copper, giving them an intrinsic metal value that fluctuates with copper prices. This factor has made early Lincoln Memorial cents more appealing to collectors and metal investors alike. Market demand for the 1977 penny remains strong, particularly for high-grade and error varieties. While a standard circulated example may only fetch 5 to 25 cents, coins in fine to extremely fine condition start commanding $1 to $5. However, those in mint state grades, particularly MS65 and above, can bring in $50 to $100, $2,500, with exceptionally rare specimens reaching as high as $7,000 or more. Auction records provide compelling evidence of the coin's value in top condition. Some pristine examples, graded MS67 or MS68 with red RD designation, have sold for thousands of dollars, reflecting their rarity in such high preservation states. Collectors actively seek out these pieces due to the challenge of finding well-struck, nearly flawless 1977 pennies with full red luster. The appeal of the 1977 Lincoln Memorial penny lies in its accessibility and hidden potential. While many people assume that pennies from this period are not worth much, those who take the time to examine their coins closely may uncover valuable errors or high-grade specimens. The combination of historical significance, intriguing varieties, and strong market demand makes this issue a rewarding find for both beginner and seasoned collectors. Moving forward, exploring more Lincoln Memorial pennies that have unexpectedly high values will reveal even greater opportunities for collectors. Some coins from this era, despite their large mintage numbers, hold astonishing price tags due to their rarity in top condition or the presence of unique minting anomalies. The next coin in this discussion is another example of a seemingly common penny that has proven to be a numismatic treasure. The 1979-D Lincoln Memorial penny is a fascinating coin that has caught the attention of collectors for its unique history, high mintage, and the potential for rare errors that can make it significantly more valuable than its face value. While billions of these pennies were minted at the Denver Mint, making them common in circulation, certain varieties and mistakes from the minting process have led to some examples being worth far more than a single cent. Even in fine condition, some 1979-D pennies can carry premiums depending on their rarity and demand among collectors. The Denver Mint produced an astounding 4.1 billion Lincoln pennies in 1979, a number that might suggest these coins are easily available and not worth much. However, as with many Lincoln Memorial cents, specific errors and varieties elevate their desirability. The 1979-D penny is struck in 95% copper and 5% zinc, meaning that unlike later pennies, which transitioned to a copper-plated zinc composition, these still have intrinsic metal value due to their high copper content. This alone makes them more sought after than their modern counterparts, as copper pennies have become more desirable over time. One of the primary factors that can add significant value to a 1979-D penny is the presence of a double die obverse, DDO. This type of error occurs when the design is imprinted onto the die more than once in a misaligned fashion, causing a distinct doubling effect on certain elements of the coin. On the 1979-D penny, the most noticeable doubling appears in the inscriptions "In God We Trust" and "Liberty," as well as on Lincoln's eye and lips. If you spot a strong double die on your penny, you may be looking at a coin worth anywhere between $500 and $5,000, depending on the clarity of the doubling and the coin's overall condition. Another valuable error found on some 1979-D pennies is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank is misaligned in the press, resulting in a partial design being struck. The value of an off-center error largely depends on the percentage of misalignment and whether the date remains visible. A minor misalignment may only be worth a few dollars, but if the coin is struck at 50% or more off-center while still displaying a clear date and mint mark, it could be valued at anywhere from $500 to $2,000. More dramatic off-center strikes often bring higher prices, especially if they are in excellent condition. Another important variety to watch for is the repunched mint mark, RPM error. During this period, mint marks were still applied to the dies manually, meaning that in some cases the D mint mark was stamped more than once in slightly different positions. Collectors look for these repunched mint marks, which can sometimes appear as a shadowed or double D under magnification. A clear RPM error in fine condition could bring in $50 to $500, with sharper examples in higher grades being worth even more. Some of the most valuable 1979 D pennies are those struck on the wrong planchet. Occasionally, a penny might have been mistakenly struck on a foreign planchet or a dime planchet, which results in a dramatic difference in size, weight, and color. A 1979-D penny that was struck on a dime planchet, for example, would appear silver and weigh less than a standard copper penny. If you happen to find one of these rare errors, you could be holding a coin worth anywhere between $5,000 and $15,000, depending on the rarity of the mistake and the overall condition of the coin. In terms of value, a regular 1979 D Lincoln Memorial penny in fine condition is typically worth 5 to 10 cents, primarily due to its copper content and collector demand. However, when found in mint state grades, MS 65 and above, these coins can command $20 to $50, especially if they have strong luster and minimal wear. Some near-perfect specimens graded MS 67 or higher have even sold for over $1,000, particularly when they display a deep red coloration that enhances their eye appeal. Auction records show that certain error coins and high-grade examples of the 1979 D penny have reached impressive prices. For example, a pristine MS 67 RD specimen has been known to sell for over $1,500, while major error coins, like those struck on a dime planchet, have exceeded $10,000 at major coin auctions. These exceptional values highlight why collectors continue to search for rare and unusual variations of this otherwise common coin. For those interested in searching for valuable 1979 D pennies, the best way to start is by carefully examining coins under magnification, looking for signs of doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual features. Pay close attention to the mint mark, date, and lettering to spot potential errors that could dramatically increase the value of your penny. With billions of these coins in circulation, the chances of finding a rare variety might seem small, but the rewards can be substantial for those who take the time to look. The 1979-D Lincoln Memorial penny proves that even modern-era coins can be highly collectible, especially when they feature unique errors or high-grade preservation. Whether you're searching through pocket change, roll hunting, or simply exploring your collection, keeping an eye out for these key varieties could lead to an exciting and valuable discovery. A coin that may appear ordinary at first glance could in fact be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. These 3 Lincoln Pennies coins are among the most valuable coins in the series. If you're lucky enough to find one, it could be worth a fortune. And if you love discovering hidden gems in your pocket change, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more exciting coin discoveries. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!